Welcome to Kinnick Stadium in Iowa City, a black and gold mosh pit where the Hawkeyes are ready to swarm. This matchup today, part of the lifeblood of the sport, a rivalry game where the results will be remembered for a lifetime. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Minnesota Golden Gophers, taking on a fellow Big Ten foe, the Iowa Hawkeyes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. And the Hawkeyes will get us underway with the opening kickoff. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. So the Minnesota Golden Gophers offense takes the field for the first time today. The Gophers and the Hawkeyes clash for one of the great trophies in all of sports. Rich in tradition, they're playing for Floyd of Rosedale, guys.
Anytime it's a trophy game, you know the intensity is going to be at a...
It's a fumble! Oh, and averts disaster by falling on his own fumble.
It's so hard to force fumbles, and when you do, you so badly want to get them. You're crawling, you're doing whatever you can to get there as a defender, but the offense fortunate enough to cover it back up.
Dropping back, it's Lindsey. And just too much on that pass, too high, too wide, out of bounds and incomplete. This rivalry between Iowa and Minnesota even predates Floyd of Rosedale. Goes all the way back to 1891, guys.
Crazy to think about a rivalry going that far. And it's passed down, and the uniforms changes, and the names change. But it's so cool, the history of this intact. People keeping track of the records, and it means something to those players back then and to these now.
Yeah, tradition, that's one of the things that makes college football the greatest sport in the world. And the fact that you get to have these trophy games, Floyd of Rosedale, are you kidding me? This is a game you've got to tune into.
So the Iowa Hawkeyes offense has the ball for the first time. As we take a look at our impact players for this one, what are you looking for, Jesse, for a guy to make an impact?
Well, these are simply put the leaders of this football team, and generally games go how these guys play. If they make plays, then they've got a shot to win this one.
No doubt, they got to show up. These are the team leaders. These guys have to play well if they're going to win the football game.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets the first down.
And, you know, big chunks like this don't happen unless you commit to the run game. You got to get those big boys up front into the game, understanding I want to knock people off the football, create some holes like you do here for my running back, make the game easy.
The handoff to Johnson. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play. When you think of this rivalry, you think hard-nosed, hotly contested games, and the Hawkeyes came out on top in one of those last year.
One for Iowa, listen, it'd be great to compete for national championships, but if you don't, everybody looks back to the rivalry games. And the fact that they won this one against Minnesota and hoisted the Floyd of Rosedale trophy, that meant a lot to this team.
Nothing like hoisting that big hog up in the air for everybody to get excited about. The trophy games are fun, man. Listen, we got bowl games, we got all those things throughout the year. You need a little bit of excitement. This is kind of an spark late in the season for these two teams.
They are shaking the rafters of this place, trying to help their defense as they've got them pinned deep. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. Now they've got breathing room, got 6 all the way out to the 20.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
Trying play action. Quickly out to the tight end. And that had all the makings of bug meat windshield, but how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the first? They'll try to run for it. Gets the job done on 3rd down as he gets it out to the 25.
Offenses that are great on 3rd downs, what do they do most of the time? They keep it in manageable situations where they're not predictable, not just dropping back to pass. They do it here on 3rd and short. they convert. This offense has been so efficient on third downs all throughout this season.
And that is a nifty bit of navigation to get through that traffic and get the first down. The Golden Gophers are flying down the field. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch.
Man, I love those guys that are willing to put their body on the line, and he does it right here, man. Just lays out. That ball's coming in. You can see it from several yards out, making that play, laying out, keeping the football from touching the turf. Great concentration, great effort by the receiver.
Got his man quickly. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds.
And offenses nowadays, they're really just counting numbers. How many guys do you have out wide? How many guys do I have out wide? If I have enough guys to block your guys, boom, it's just built into the offense. Pitch, catch, let me get a few yards.
And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end. And the Golden Gophers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. The aerial assault continues. Gets it out quickly. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Golden Gophers! Well, they started with horrible field position, but ended with perfect field position in the middle of the end zone.
It all comes down to execution, Reese. You've got to have guys going out and doing their jobs. You saw the offensive line up front. They were physical. Skilled players made it happen with the ball in their hands, and the quarterback really showed command on that last drive.
Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. The give to the back. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down.
Well, with the weapons this offense has, you knew it was just a matter of time in the run game before someone was going to break a long one. They'd just been running into a wall. They just couldn't seem to find their creases and get enough movement up front, but they finally got it there, picking up the first. Let's see what happens next.
6-yard pickup on first down leaves him with 2nd and 4. From the shotgun, the inside give. One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. 3rd and short from the 44, and we might know if they plan to go for it on 4th down by what they call here. Tackle is made, but not until he gets the first down.
And I just love when guys know exactly where the sticks are. You could tell, ran with purpose, finished through the sticks, and got just enough for the first down.
And a nice job up front, too, right? Good communication. Everybody knew where they had to go, hat on a hat, work the double teams, and get some push.
They've got him looking run. Now they're going to throw it. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Pocket starts to collapse. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down. The Hawkeyes will punt it away on 4th down. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away.
Dude, how about that boom? I mean, you talk about power. That dude just booted that thing halfway across the field, completely flipping the field position and getting it down inside the 10. That is a nice job by that punter.
And he bats it away. It falls incomplete.
Smart offensive coordinators, they're going to throw deep balls, especially those 50-50 balls you hear about all the time. My wide receiver is better than your DB. Well, not on this play.
Give to the back. He's loose at the 15. Really good job making a play, getting it out to the 24 and moving those chains. It's first down from back at their own 24-yard line. They'll give it to him again. Shakes off the defender. Finds his way ahead for 3 out to the 27-yard line. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Keeping it on the ground with the running back. And a really nice run and pickup there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Looking for space. It's Nubin. At midfield, he's got room. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires one high and deep. And he makes the catch at the 10. They bring him down, but he's got a 1st and goal from the 10. This offense in scoring position with a fresh set of downs. They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
They'll run it up the middle here, looking for a path to the end zone. And he's able to pick up a few yards as we reach the end of the 1st quarter. How about these two running games so far? Dominance on the ground as we look at the 1st quarter stats. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the 2nd. They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. Looking to throw on 3rd and goal. Just about had the pick in the end zone. Instead, it'll be 4th down.
Yeah, and 3rd and short, they choose not to run, throw the football, and I think a lot of that has to do with they know they're in field goal range. They can take the 3 points on the board.
They'll try to salvage a field goal on this drive. From the right hash, and this distance makes that angle not quite so severe. The official says no good. And the margin is still 7 after the miss, guys.
Well, everybody in the stadium thought that was an automatic 3. Not so fast. Bad miss by the kicker.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. From the shotgun, they'll run it. He got a bunch and looked close to getting a lot more, but he's got the 1st down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. First and 10 coming up. They'll give it to Johnson. Pushes ahead for a couple. They'll mark it at the 33.
Now, that's what you're trying to do as a defense. Limit those damage when they run the football. Get them on the ground, short gains to set your defense for positive situations down the road.
Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these 3rd downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on 2nd down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up 3rd and long, and now you're set up to 4th.
That'll be enough for the 1st down, and they'll mark it at the 48. And the Hawkeyes are moving quickly down the field. From the gun, they'll try the middle.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. Once 1st down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up. You get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Power football with the run. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
I think they called that knowing they weren't going to hit a home run. So why would you call it that? Well, you call it so 3rd down becomes an easier down. It's not 3rd and long where I have to pass the football. Now all options are on the table. And this offense is clicking, everything's moving, and the guy carrying the football, I mean, he is carrying the rock. Like, this is a guy that's setting this tone for this game, creating some balance on this offense. This offense is going to be a handful.
Yeah, David, I'd love to sit here and say, well, the offensive coordinator is just one step ahead of his counterpart across the field. That's not it. Right now, this offensive line is establishing the line of scrimmage, and you mentioned the back. He right now is running with authority on this drive.
Got the completion on the last play. Still some work to do on 2nd down. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Noses ahead to the 30-yard line to pick up of 1. Coming to the line of scrimmage at the 30. It would be a long field goal, but they'd love to pick up a few here on 3rd and long. Finds his man. It's Howard. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the 1st down. The Hawkeyes come to the line with a new set of downs. One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to it. He tried to find some running room, but they get him stopped.
Well, we know this defense is one that plays with a lot of pride, right? And part of that is their ability stopping the run. They're a top 25 unit in the nation when it comes to stopping the rush, and that really helps them out down here in the red zone. They're going to have to step up big time in this situation.
And there was no space, nowhere to go. That play went absolutely nowhere.
Sometimes you just need a dude to show up and make a play, and he did.
Sometimes you just need to block that dude, and they didn't.
Makes the catch. It's Johnson. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. And on 4th down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. And the try is no good. And they couldn't cut into the lead. It's still a 7-point game. Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. We talk about settling for points, but sometimes when you have to settle for nothing, David, it can be demoralizing.
Yeah, and it can definitely be frustrating. And I think it leads you to say maybe I go for it more. But, Jesse, I think this offense just needs to put another drive together and just finish stronger.
Yeah, and be a little bit less predictable, too, especially as they get closer and closer down to the end zone.
And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line. They'll give it to the back. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
It's a draw. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. Looking to throw, it's Lindsey. Looking downfield. He's got it. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll put the tight end in motion. The give to the lone running back. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
Yeah, this coaching staff, they're getting this offensive line lathered up and into a rhythm now. They're letting them drive off the ball on 1st down on these running plays, and they're getting chunks of yardage.
Off the bootleg, wants to throw it. He's got an open man. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota!
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge. And also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, let's get you up to speed on what's going down in this fun college football game today. Miami is in the unusual position of having to come from behind right now, but those fans that were there when the U was the U, they know this game is not over. They're trailing by 11 to Stanford. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this one.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us.
Nice run there on 1st down. You know, this is a running back that gets better as the game goes on. So they're going to want to make sure they keep feeding him the football, let him get lathered up.
2nd down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. Across the 30, out to the 33, and gains 4 on the play.
I think you run that play so you stay out of 3rd and long. 3rd and long is not where an offense ever wants to thrive. 3rd and medium, hey, I'm good with that. So you run that play to make sure you're set up for a good 3rd down.
Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down.
There's got to be a sense of urgency for this offense right now. They're trailing. They're going to be kicking off to open the 2nd half. So they need points. They need to go tempo. Maybe that last 1st down gets them a little bit of confidence.
Fires to the tight end. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down. Ever since they invented the forward pass, the tight ends have been running the drag and getting the 1st down.
I think it's because the tight ends is so much versatility. You know, they can block and stay in the formation.
And that pass picked off. Bringing it back. He's at the 20. Touchdown, Golden Gophers. A great return for the touchdown. Any return for a touchdown is a great one to a defense. They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown.
What an incredible individual effort by that big fella there. And, David, you know, it's funny. I've been hearing more and more about how these D linemen are the best athletes on the field. What do you think?
I present to you Exhibit A. Look at the big fella. Not only does he make the catch, okay, so I can be a DB, I can be a wide receiver, I can catch it. I got the ball in my hands. Guess what else I am? I'm a running back. I take that thing all the way back to the house. Exhibit A, the best athletes on the football field.
And the Hawkeyes are in the hurry up. On second down, he's looking downfield. That's caught. It's Gill. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. It's third down from their own 34 as they try to keep the drive moving. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. That third down pass was coming in hot before it fell to the ground.
Third and short like that on your own side of the field, you're just looking for a quick hitter. You're trying to get the ball out of your hand quickly, but the timing completely off there for the offense, and the ball falls incomplete.
The Hawkeyes send out the punt unit. He'll try to really get into this one. Gets it away, solid distance, but more importantly, trying to keep it away from that return man. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts.
Timeout, Minnesota.
They'll snap it from the 39, 1st and 10. Looking for a man. It's Lindsey. Unloads to the right. And they're not on the same page there.
How about the difference a week makes for this QB? Last week, man, the completion percentage way down. Just wasn't consistent, wasn't in good rhythm. Right now, looks like he's in total control, and this offense is moving at a way better pace. Looks like a completely different team from last week.
They'll run the screen. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
Well, you haven't seen a lot of incompletions from this guy now in his last 2 games out. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. As a head coach, you got to love the fact that your quarterback is dialed in.
Unloads to the wideout. Makes a connection. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42. The Golden Gophers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. He'll come out throwing on first down. Not quite in rhythm there. Incomplete. Couldn't connect on that last play. Now 2nd and 10 from the 42. He's looking to throw. Dumps it to the back. Oh, he makes the catch. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds. From the 36, a third down, and you wonder if they're willing to take 2 plays to get the first. From the gun, wants to pass. Zings it complete to the right. And he earns a first down, and boy, did he earn it after taking that lift.
And it's tough on the defense there. Third down, you're in zone coverage. Everybody's watching the quarterback, and you're trying to make a break on the ball, but he just got it out of his hands too quickly, and the throw was too accurate. Really nothing you can do there, and it's now a fresh set of downs.
And it's first down, but they'll try the field goal in the closing seconds of the first half. It's good. And the field goal to end the half takes us to halftime. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Guys, who would have thought a bronze pig could turn 2 level-headed fan bases into emotional tornadoes? But that's exactly what you get in the fight for the Floyd of Rosedale Trophy. And we have to start this halftime breakdown by addressing the play of this elite wide receiver. This is clearly a young man who Once he's finished playing on Saturdays, he's going to be playing on Sundays. The kid has different gears. He has a knack for finding gaps in the defense. And I can't remember a college player with that kind of catch radius. With that, let's send it back to the guys to see how the fight between Minnesota and Iowa plays out.
And the Golden Gophers will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. And there will be no return on this one as the ball bounds into the end zone. Iowa has the ball back on offense. When you're facing a deficit like this one to start the second half, you really can't afford to waste a single possession.
Fresh start here in the second half. That's the only way you can look at this if you're on offense. Things did not go your way there in the first half. It starts with one play. To get our confidence going, we just got to get something going early here on this drive.
One play, stay aggressive. Now I think I can be even more aggressive on fourth downs because obviously I've built a deficit. My defense has got to make some plays for me too.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones. D linemen staying in their gaps. Linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. The critical down and distances in this game, like that third down right there. When it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. And now the offense will come onto the field again. They've got the lead here. Last time they settled for a field goal, but David got to find that balance between being aggressive and careful.
And I think they'll take that. I got the lead, Palmer. I got the football. I got to take care of the football, put a nice drive together, and just get some kind of points on this drive.
No doubt. Lots to be happy about right now if you're this team. I think for this one, though, on this drive, it's about finding the one-on-one matchups that are in your favor and then exploiting them.
Turns it on in midfield. Makes the tackle at the 46, but it's a 15-yard gain to get them into plus territory. Now it's 1st and 10 from the 46-yard line. They're going to ride this running back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Nice play by the defense, but now is a time they've got to be more consistent. They allowed this running back to go off in that first half, and moving forward now, they've got to try and take this running back away.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Wants to throw. It's Lindsey. Going for it all. Touchdown, Minnesota! And the beatdown has ensued. Minnesota has really fattened up that lead, and the Gophers getting close to capturing Floyd.
And the Gophers have done such a great job handling the emotions, handling the moment, getting closer and closer, and they got Iowa in a good spot. They got them down, and let's be honest, offense is usually a challenge for the Hawkeyes.
Yeah, and Minnesota's players, David, to me, they just look dialed in. They look like they've spent some extra time in the film room getting prepared for this game because they know what this game means, not just in the Big Ten Conference, but also to both schools. This is one of the great rivalries in college football, and they have shown up ready to go.
Fires to the big fella. Still running at the 40. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. After the big play to start, now they are on the move at their own 45. They go to the ground. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
We're trying to run the ball on first down, guys, but just nothing doing up front. Their offensive line got blown up on that play. There was nowhere for that guy to go.
On 2nd down, looking again to throw. Snagged in the middle. It's Gill. Several defenders there to get him on the ground. And the Hawkeyes moving quickly to the line. On 3rd and short, they'll ride the running back here. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. Here on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. That's reeled in. It's Anderson. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown. That was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting to this position.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. The give to the back. Blast his way ahead, but not much room. A pickup of 1 to the 24. Here comes 3rd and short from the 24, and this offense does not want to send out the field goal unit. From the gun, wants to pass. And it's incomplete on 3rd down.
3rd and short in college football today, you see so much more pass than you used to. The offense stays aggressive, and I think they stay aggressive because they know they're in field goal range. They got that 3 in their back pocket.
On 4th down, trying to find his man. Finds him out of the backfield. Will not get there. A 4th down stop. First down here for the offense.
It's a turnover on down.
From the gun, the ground game. Good blocking, good running, pickup of 6 out to the 30.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Looking for more room. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
And that's just excellent cover. Man, cover 1, nowhere to throw the football. Look at everybody playing man across the board, and you still got the safety in the middle of the field. Nobody open, and if I'm the QB, man, I don't need to force it. I don't force it into tight windows if it's not there. He throws it, unfortunately, gets the interception. Bad decision by the QB there.
The Hawkeyes are in the red zone. To the ground with the back. Tackled after picking up the first down. Quick tempo here for the offense. They'll throw it on first down. He's got the tight end. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. The give out of the gun. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. And the Hawkeyes in the hurry up. Bully ball on 3rd and short. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with the first down. The Hawkeyes are marching down the field. They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. And this offense hoped to just run it in, and the defense was having none of it. No gain. Ball remains at the 2. Trying to surge it in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Iowa! When you're handed a break with unbelievable field position like that, you better finish the deal, and they did.
You saw the quarterback jog on the field. I think he gave a high five to every one of those players coming off that just put them in position to go score that touchdown. That QB knew this was a golden opportunity, and boy, he took advantage of it.
And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him. Maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with this system.
Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. Looking for a productive play on first down. Here's the handoff. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
And here comes the offense on second down. To throw, it's Lindsey. Quick strike complete. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
How about the job and recognition by the defense? They knew exactly what they were trying to set up, and they had multiple defenders surrounding that intended target so that there was nowhere for him to go once he caught the ball.
And he's going to be stopped just short of the first down. He tried to get it on his own. The Golden Gophers will punt this one away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He's got great speed. He'll be guided out of bounds, but not before a nifty return on that one. Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time. Can they back it up here?
Well, and it's amazing in a football game how sometimes they'll surprise you with what you do. Once you get settled and you realize what's going on, now I'm comfortable with it. Jesse, this offense looked comfortable on its last drive.
They sure did. It looked like they started to find some momentum. So now it's on this defense to stop that, all right? You're a little bit upset based on what just happened the previous drive. You've got to bow up again and go back to what was working earlier in this game.
Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31.
And you see so many smart wide receivers, so many smart tight ends nowadays that they know where the holes in those zones are, and they work with their quarterback, and they find them, and they sit down in them and make big plays. It's tough to sit back in zone against such smart players nowadays.
And the Hawkeyes want to crank the tempo. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. They'll go to the ground. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a third down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him, weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
The completion well past the sticks. They make the stop, but the sweet rolling catch is plenty to give them a first down. The Hawkeyes come to the line with a new set of downs. Running back searching for a hole. They get him on the ground, but not before he rumbles all the way to the 5.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Hawkeye. They want to see if they can score the deuce. He's looking to throw. And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
31, Iowa, 13.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. They'll leave it with him. And he gets it to the 44-yard line. It'll be a first down.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to get this guy in the ground, man. He's got some serious moves once he has the ball in his hands.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. And they make the tackle, but it'll be enough for a first down, and we'll see if they get another play off here in the third. That's going to do it for the quarter, and Minnesota has the lead here. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. Leaves it with the back. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9. Got a little work done on first down. Now back to the line. He'll do it himself. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5.
Well, they were trying to set up the option, but the quarterback had no chance. Did you see the defensive tackle penetrate? What a great first step. He shot right through the offensive line and got the TFL.
And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. And the Golden Gophers will call on their punt team. The ball hits it. It'll go into the end zone for a touchback. Iowa has the ball back on offense. How about the way they attacked the last time they had the ball, mixing run and pass and winding up in the end zone, Jesse?
That's why recruiting is so important. They've got weapons at every skill position on the field. Any of these guys is dangerous if they touch the football. Let's see what they do on this drive, David.
And so, Palmer, I got to take away something. I can't let them have everything and have success. I got to be aggressive against the run.
And the freshman will chalk up a sack.
You know, I love defensive ends that are active and violent with their hands. Great job fundamentally by that D-end getting that sack.
Got away from trouble and got rid of it. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Well, the defense really stepped up in this game. They knew they had to slow down this passing attack. They knew they had some matchups they were going to have to win one-on-one. They've been able to do that, and as a result, they haven't allowed 200 passing yards in this game.
Unloads it left. Another incompletion on third down.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines. Not his best work. Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working earlier on in this one. And, David, to me, that starts with being the more physical team.
No, I definitely agree. Being the more physical team, but understanding the situation of the game. You're still winning. You got the football back. Now put a nice drive together and execute.
And he was able to run through one tackle, but still only a modest gain. Offense breaks the huddle on third down. Looking for a crease. It's Newman. And the defense knew exactly where that first down line was, and they stopped him short. The Golden Gophers decide to punt it away. Fourth time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
And the Hawkeyes racing to the line in the hurry up. Got it, looking for the first down. And they stop him just short of the stick. It'll bring up a decision on 4th down.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. Finds his man enough for the first. And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chain. The Hawkeyes will snap it on 1st and 10. He's going to pass. And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes. And the offense sprung a big-time leak, and the quarterback went down.
And when you're throwing the football, you're trying to stop the best athletes in the world from getting to your quarterback. They're going to get there. They're pinning their ears back, get to the QB, get the sack.
They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Grabbed in the middle. It's Washington. And the catch was one thing, and the run even better. A big pickup on that one. And the Hawkeyes are moving quickly down the field.
Great job by the running back here on that 3rd down catch. There was no wasted movement. As soon as he got the ball in his hands, he turned around and he got upfield. That's what you got to do. You got to be decisive on these 3rd down type plays to move the sticks.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
Give to the running back. They get him on the ground after he gets enough to move the sticks.
This is an offense that really sees their identity as being able to run the football. Nice job there picking up the first down.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 26.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
On 2nd down, he'll fire. Getting some heat. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Trying to pick it up on the ground. They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down. The Hawkeyes headed quickly to the line. With the run on 1st and goal. And maybe they want to try somewhere else because there is nothing doing in the middle of this defense. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hands.
This defense has just been all over this guy all game long. Under pressure, they're finding a way to get to him and affect his rhythm. Of course, they have an interception in this game. That's why they've got a big lead here in the 4th quarter. This guy has never gotten into a rhythm.
And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size. A field goal does not top the list of most helpful things. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Iowa! They score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time, but when you can use their big-bodied frames, threaten them to run the football and be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip them in the secondary and make that big play.
Returner's going to try to see what he can get. Makes a move. He's got an alley. There he goes. Open it up. He will score. Touchdown, Golden Gophers. Iowa has added a little support to this lead, and the Hawkeyes are getting closer to capturing Floyd of Rosedale.
Iowa has been dominant on both sides of the ball in this one, offensively and defensively, just doing what they want to do. They've got their foot down on Minnesota's throats right now, David. They're looking to end this thing.
They're Iowa, right? No matter the moment, no matter the stage, the rivalry, the trophy, they are who they are. And now Minnesota in a tough spot against a historically good defense year in and year out with the Iowa Hawkeyes.
And now with the extra point, they're up by 18 here in the fourth. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Miami is currently trailing, but if this young star leads a comeback today, he could join Vinny Testaverde and Gino Torretta in the pantheon of greats to play at the U. They're trailing by 11 to Stanford. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Second down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. Throws to the wideout. Fires into traffic. It's picked off. Couldn't find a ton of room on that return, but that small change, they take over at the 43. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about